Welcome to another episode of Slender Sends. Got a couple slabs for you and a vert littered with slopers. This was ungraded, so my guess is V2, maybe a soft V3. Ben stepping up the right side of his foot on an unideal foot chip, pressing into the volumes to establish. You can see he's well balanced with his right arm free. Using a screw on with his right, he steps up onto the volumes, locking off his shoulder, driving through the left leg, stepping up with his right, face to the wall, pivoting those feet so he can turn his hips square with the wall now, reaching over with his left for balance as he seeks to place his right foot on the volume below his hand. Notice the switch around with his hand to increase reach. Foot onto the screw on, requiring a lot of trust as he reaches ever so slowly for the top jug. I wasn't able to do the first slab, but I do have some footage of my attempts, so if you are wanting to see those, let me know down below.
Nice.
So I caught Trai Dancing, hit thumbs up if you want to see more. Pretty similar start for Trai. Locking off the right shoulder to step up. Beta almost identical as Trai tries to get his right foot up, ends up mimicking Ben by shuffling the hand up and turning it around to increase the foot reach. This is a bigger move for Trai, so the psychological component of being a slab kicks in here, fully preparing that hand before committing to the lunge, and he nails it. Straight into Ryan, who once establishing does a big wave into the right press before squeezing into a tiny box section by using the higher volume. Placing a lot of faith in that right arm as he extends up for the top volume, anticipating the step up, he shuffles back up the volume with both hands and feet, grabbing the screw on and ensuring that right toe is secure. Hand at the ready, he pops to the jug. Tom pressing across with his right and pulling the screw on, he raises the left foot to that bottom volume, similar to Ben and Trai with the reach across and press, driving through the left foot and stepping up. Reaching over, the ease with which he did that. Anyways, making sure the right foot is secure, he can statically reach that jug.
Static man.
Ash on this V2, pressing against the opposite wall with her right foot to establish, then pressing with her right hand to match feet and step through with her left to a positive foot chip, establishing a nice center of gravity to release the press, pinching the starting hold and leaning on that left to Gaston crimp, raising her right foot while releasing the pinch and into an undercling crimp, right foot now on a negative foot chip. As you can tell, she really wants to make sure there's friction. Embracing the Gaston now and leaning towards the next negative foot chip. Opting for the crimp on the volume and stepping through to some better feet. Matching the crimp, working that left free for the last crimp that is partially blocked to slow the dynamic climbers among us. Raising her right foot so she can reach with her left to top.
Nice.
Tim now reckons slab is his anti-style. Establishing on the bottom rail, leaning forward, he crimps the positive foot chip, matches feet with his left going to that foot chip. With a quick swap, he reaches the Gaston crimp. Right foot replaces his right hand for the Gaston, stepping through to the negative foot chip. Easily reaching the next two crimps, he walks his feet through and secures the final crimp, driving through his left foot to top out. To begin, I switch my feet, anticipating the first foot chip for my left, trusting it to reach the first crimp, and switching my right hand to a pull, I toe hook the volume before bumping up to the undercling, crossing feet onto the negative foot chip, releasing the pull to establish the opposite of a gaston. I don't know what that is. Getting that friction for the quick step through and reaching over for the crimp on the volume, a similar position and beta to Tim here, though I copy Ash because I didn't want to load my left index finger on that crimp. Trai with what appears to be the most popular way to start this. This is Ash's beta even with the graceful hand flick towards that crimp. Must be his fingernails on that starting hold because I tell you they're like credit cards. Not too dissimilar to me with that undercling and step through. That's a pretty strong dab, bro. You're going to have to do that again, buddy. We'll just pretend that didn't happen, and a big reach over for the volume crimp, stepping through and reaching the other crimp. Working those feet up, Trai goes straight up, ignoring the partially blocked crimp to top out. The slopey V2. This was an awkward start. Lots of weight on the left leg to begin with. My right could just be on the ground for all you know, I'm just pretending I did this one. Right out to the sloper, left from a starting jug to the volume edge, bumping the right through the slopers. Right foot was just flagging, but now it's on the sloper. Leaning into it, I drop my weight low as I release the volume and crimp a foot chip. Right out to a large sloper, eyeing off the tiny sloper I'm falling out to now. Left up to a foot chip, right flagging, heave up with the left to the next sloper. Working my feet. I refuse to use the jugs above me because I never saw them the first time I did this beta. Matching the sloper and releasing my left for the volume, edging my torso above my feet. Can you tell I've had a coffee? Gaston between the volume and slopey jug. Right foot onto the foot chip and open hips left into the lazy heel hook, mainly for balance to do these last couple moves. I missed the start, but better late than never. Here's Josh showing me where my feet were. Goes straight for the fast sloper. Josh doesn't f*** around. Right foot out to the sloper, dropping his weight, straightening his arms, conserving energy as the left leg drops into a flag. An air flag. Someone help me with the terminology. I know what he's doing, but I don't know how to explain it. His weight is under the sloper so he can release the left and fall to the crimp without falling off. Got it? Good. Reaches around for the sloper, works those feet up again, dropping the weight onto the legs to save energy. I don't think he wants to go for this, but I think he knows he has to. Driving through the legs, body into the wall, he falls towards the sloper with his left, controlling the swing, stepping up and grabbing a jug. Heaving his left to the volume, a foot swap and a left to the foot chip, working his torso across. Similar beta to me here. Alright, maybe Josh does fuck around. He's being lazy with that reach through. But he figures it out with a high left foot to finish. Trai, now there's a better angle on the start. Crimping the foot chip before releasing the left leg. From here he goes straight up to the sloper, some footwork to follow. Nailing the screw on that volume, a foot swap left through to the foot chip. Notice the straight armed lean, majority of the work being done by his legs. Short bursts to secure the next handholds and goes for the gaston, locking off the left arm. Really leaning into it, enough so that he can release his right, and some more footwork, taking advantage of the multitude on offer for an easy top. Now this is Ben showing us the beta break for this boulder. Same start, pinching the volume and foot chip combo so he can flag to the right, twisting his torso past the volume, pistol squatting up to the next volume, a right onto the start jog, matching the volume and kicking away from the jug to swap his feet, carrying the right through to a foot chip, hips and torso hugging the wall, driving through his right hand and foot to secure the top. Didn't even see you, bud. Ash now with the beta break, subtle differences, matching the pinch before pistol squatting to the volume. A static foot swap. She reaches the juggy sloper, still pressing in the volume, she works her feet up, rocks over to top it out. So Josh did both sequences on day one, whereas I only had one sequence and I got it the second day. Right foot to begin with, he gets the pinch, has to release the right leg before pistol squatting, otherwise he gets stuck. Crimps another foot chip, stepping onto the jug. Embracing the reach here with a lock off on the volume and a left flag. Crossing through to a foot chip and the right to the far volume to secure the top. Some fancy footwork to finish.
Whatever, mate.
Cheers for watching, leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you want to see more. See you in the next one.